The game is called Keep Digging, and that's pretty funny because that's really all I do with my life. Just like these guys, they're trying really hard, but they're only using a stick. And I guess we're going to do this in the middle of a large city. I noticed there was something on top of this building, and I found a spare battery. And a sketchy man in the corner with a thing above his head. There's another battery here. I don't think I'm allowed to go in there. I was being attracted to all the colors up there, which I may or may not be able to get to. I think with more jump height, we could probably get there. I fell down, so we're going to see what this guy wants. He offers different colors of spray paint. I think maybe we'll just start actually digging. We got our first stone. And so begins our mighty hole. Might as well settle in. Backpack is full already. Looks like we get 10 out of 10 worth $20. We sell to this guy who loads up the back of the truck. We can already upgrade the stone shovel. That's only $5. That takes us up to from 1 to 1.25. And backpack from 10 to 15 of 50% increase. I think all of these are just replicas of each other because you're supposed to do this with friends, but I've never met another human being in my life and I'm not going to start now. This might actually be one of those games when I can just fit down a hole. I mean, without having to make it super big. I'm not entirely sure how we're supposed to get out of the hole once we get down there, however, so I might have to be careful how I do this part. For example, I might already be somewhat stuck. I am going to build in a bit of a stair pattern until we figure that part out. Then we panic sell to this man, stone, coal, iron, $22. Is this a rope? Wire rope. I think that's how we get in and out that. I already got some extra batteries. Dynamite upgrade could be 50,000. Okay, so battery charge up here is $0 to charge that. Okay, we have energy on the left. Got it. And then dynamite's 10 grand. There's also a warp stone, radar, pile shovel, and climb boost not acquired, so we might have to find that down below. So it looks like I can float with my wire thing. But that uses up battery. Got it. I want to go up there. Mission accomplished. The controls in this are a little counterintuitive to what I'm used to. Another battery. This does not look like the kind of guy I want to deal with. A whole bunch of remotes. Most expensive being 3 grand. I don't want to waste time with that. We really just need to stay digging. Oh, hello. I can get right inside your shop. Guess we can learn about fall damage. There is none. Recharge the battery. Back to digging. And the deeper we go, the better we're going to find. For now, it's all iron, coal, and stones. This is my new career since I tunneled out of prison. I think I hit a new layer. My backpack is full already, so we got to do that. We do use energy to leave. Hello, my new best friend. $30, I'll take it. Stone shovels, so we're going to go from 1.25 to 1.75. I guess we'll also make the battery bigger. We also get a free refill for that. That's better. Now we have a real shovel. I'm so happy they actually included a light. Ooh, that's a new kind of ore. That's silver and copper, both malleable and conductive. It's nice to show the values on them too. I think the silver is actually worth $20 each. So I can only imagine what the bigger stuff's going to be worth. Okay, backpack's already full. $127 though. Obviously, we're going to need a bigger backpack. And you know what? Let's get a bigger shovel as well. We need to mine more, so we're up to 2 times. Got to remember to charge my battery. That's only $3. Well, we're going to make some profit off that. We might start ignoring some of the weaker ores and looking for silver, because at $20, that's way more worth our time to pick up. Unless it's going to get in our way and then we'll just pick up anything. 6 meters down, so we should be expecting a coffin anytime. I did break through to actually not a coffin. Sort of a coffin. Climb boost. Yeah, I'll take that. How do I get the climb boost? Did that work? There's $100. There's buried treasure. All right, this is going to be fun. What else is down here? I'm so happy they included a light of warp stone. We'll use that if we get into trouble. That looks like the bedrock edge of the world. And deeper is better, so let's keep going. We can actually get real far reach out of this. I got gold, $50. I even got an achievement for that. Pretty clearly, money's going to escalate quickly. And that's very, very good for us. Backpack is full. This thing is really not quick. I do have spare batteries, I do believe, so they should just reset right over. And $300 in my backpack. $3 to charge the battery, and we can upgrade the battery as well for $30. That's obviously going to be worth it. I think I'm actually going to upgrade the backpack because we're filling that up super quick. Probably also the wire rope because I think that's going to make us quicker, and the battery. I'm fairly certain there's going to be a lot more batteries hidden around the world that are probably pretty useful early on. I'm just really impatient. I don't want to be wandering around making jokes. I need to be digging. I take this very seriously. In the upper left, I believe I've dug 74.55 meters cubed. I fell into another area right away. Wow, we got some reach on this thing. This should have some valuable stuff in it. $500. I don't even need to mine. I found a mummy. Is that supposed to do anything? Or, well, if I report that, they're going to shut down my dig site. So we're not going to say anything about that and just keep going. There's another gold for $50. We're still finding iron, and that hurts my feelings. I want to go back to the gold deposits. Is that a gold? Nope, that was only a copper. Do you think they taste the same? I can picture what a penny tastes like. I don't know what gold tastes like. We're asking the real important questions here today. We're also going quite deep. We're already 30 meters down. Unfortunately, we're not really finding any gold or silver, but it looked like it was appearing in different kind of ground. So there might be different areas of different qualities. There is a silver again. Energy is lasting a long time. We can actually dig a long ways on a single bit of energy. The backpack's going to be the biggest holdup so far. So wire rope going up, yeah, this is quicker. I'm probably going to have to like dig my way up and down a little bit because it's going to get really inefficient if I start bouncing around. One load of garbage just for you, $240. I'm actually going to get a bigger backpack before anything. We can also afford the iron shovel, so we'll do that. Battery charge, 30. This isn't a shovel upgrade, this is a pickaxe. Wait, was that gold? We did find gold. As soon as you drop down our hole, our gold has returned to us. I'm going to do my very best to mine anything that's not gold or maybe silver. We accidentally picked up a copper, and that's just going to happen. They can look the same in my defense. Iron, that was completely accidental. I like how we wield this pickaxe. We just like thrust it into the ground and it somehow works. I'm beginning to think this isn't a real accurate mining game. That looks like gold. Or copper again. It's probably a good thing I'm not a jeweler. I have no idea what it is I'm looking at. We found another cavern and another piece of gold. What kind of mummy we have in this one? There's that thing. Warpstone. Oh, another warpstone. There might be more of these caverns around that I'm not finding. What is this? Silver, $20. Battery. So the caverns are growing. There's $500. Spare battery. Spare battery there and something up on the wall. Is that gold? Nope, that's copper again. The caverns are actually quite big. I don't know if I'm even going to bother to follow all of these right now. I assume there's not going to be anything super good in the cavern to shallow, so we're probably mostly just going to go straight down. Although there was $500 there, to be fair, another warpstone. See, this is why it's good we're not playing with other people, otherwise I have to share all this good stuff. Reach 50 meters depth. Alright, I guess this is the reward for going 50 meters down. We found a manhole where the Ninja Turtles appear. We got a chest. Radar. Okay, we press Q to use the radar. That showed that there was... Well, what is this? Tyrannosaurus skull. Just the kind of stuff we need. There's a chimpanzee costume. We're going to hit the radar again. Emote, chimp call, and a warpstone. Speaking of warpstone, we're collecting those enough, so that's nice and quick. Straight to the top, $330. Gonna get a bigger backpack and then $30 there. We have $880 left over, so a bigger pickaxe as well. And then straight back down to the bottom, 50 meters at a time. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going here. I figure it's the most efficient this way. We hit another one of these weird layers. That was amber. That was $100. What did the Tyrannosaurus skull also sell for? I probably should have checked. I don't know if that gave me instant money or what. Amber, $100. I hope that means the upgrades get like really, really expensive and big. Our pickaxe already feels pretty good. Gold, silver, silver. We've mined 233 cubic meters. What is this thing? Money. Just a random $100 buried in the ground from a long-lost civilization. Pretty glad we upgraded the backpack. We're 20 out of 35, and a lot of this is gold. That's a $1,000 backpack we're holding. We can mine pretty quick, so I might actually just take a detour in one direction or another just to see if there is anything hiding. I basically have been going straight down the entire time. I don't know if it's worth exploring or not. I did just find a chest full of money and accidentally picked it up. It was only $100. But if we could just find a lot of those along the way, our life would actually get pretty easy. So far, I'm not really finding anything super interesting. Just a lot of claustrophobia. Low battery, 21 left. I think I just restarted my next battery at that point though, so don't worry game, I got it under control. Backpack is full. I didn't realize I was digging downhill there. Nope. Too slow. We're just going to use one of our warp stones. We sell all of our stuff for $1,600. I'm going to buy a better wire rope for $500. That'll hopefully get us up and down quickly and more efficiently. Maybe a bigger battery, because all of these are getting expensive. I believe all the extra batteries we found are like stacking. So once we refill our battery, we refill all of them. Either that or we're just getting that much of a surplus. And then it's straight back to work. We're into amber zone, so we'll soon find out what's next. Hopefully some kind of rupee or gem. Silver and gold are really starting to dominate too. Luckily we're finding less of the boring stuff. 69 meters down, we've mined out 360 cubes. 76 meters, so we can go tens of meters every mining session. We haven't hit any pockets in a while, and I forgot I had the radar. Should we be using that more? There's something over there. I do kind of want to go get that. I think it's a lot quicker. We could, can we mine to it from here? I don't know the quickest way to do this. We can mine pretty quick, so I think we can just literally like walk our way there. It's hard to say how close it is, but we can reach really far with our thing. Plus we gotta mine the ground anyway to find the ores. I don't know what it is, like handcuffs? What is that? We appear to be getting close. My backpack is full. Well, that's annoying. That's actually super annoying. I never even considered that. To the top, $1,340. That essentially doubled our money. I want a bigger pickaxe. $1,500. I'm also gonna get a bigger battery again. $350, and yeah, we've recharged all the way full 11. I've used the radar here, and we definitely missed something like right here. I keep forgetting how to use the thing. So the radar can find us all sorts of things. Looks like it might also find ore if we're close enough. I also walked straight past dynamite before. Iron ore. That looks like a battery, doesn't it? You know what? We're not going to go around. We'll just grab it there. There's also like a crate below me here. I'm pretty sure that's just money. No, that's a big crate. That's actually going to have an item in it. Well, we'll work to that way first. We got to go to our handcuff things. Which might have just been ore we dug close enough to earlier. I think this might just highlight ore like it's close to your current tunnel. The lesson we learned here was that we should think before we do. That's basically straight this way at this point, so we're going to mine into that little chasm. We would have dug into it naturally there anyway. We just did the quick way. To open up this, we get climb boost. I think that just makes us quicker. There's silver there. There's pieces down below. You more bombs? I haven't even used the bombs yet. $1,000. Ooh, a new type of ground. Oh, and a new mine too. Take the bombs. Find what's over this. Is this new dirt as well? We can get through this. We literally have to dig through this. You know what? How big are the bombs? Let's find out. Maybe not as big as I'd hoped. That might be upgradable though. I hope it is. That is some kind of fossil. Is it the rest of the Tyrannosaurus? It is. It's a Tyrannosaurus spine. Someone was just keeping the pieces separate for us. There's a red chimpanzee costume. Make good use of that. And a pile shovel. It looks neat. I just don't know what that does. Oh, these are fast travel pieces. I should have interacted with those. I just assumed they were something to do with multiplayer. Back at the top, we are going to buy a bigger backpack. It was a pile shovel I found for over here. Current mining speed. We have a worker. I don't really know what that does yet. We'll figure that out later. I gotta dig my own hole. We're getting pretty deep because it's taking a minute to get all the way down. We're gonna bust into this new cavern and we're just gonna go straight down. I want to be able to fall in a straight line because I'm lazy. There's some gold and silver. We should probably also try another bomb. I don't know if that can hurt me or not. So we're going to go up there. Yeah, it really doesn't do a big explosion. There's another cavern here. I just want to mark where my falling spot is. We're going to go in and open that chest. Emote, let it rip. Pretty sure that's also one I could have bought from the clown for a lot of money. So we got a good discount there. This should be... Was this the same fast travel we just did? Yeah, I just found my way back to the same thing in a roundabout way. I'm going to do a quick scan right here. If I don't see anything, straight down. We're in a new type of rock, so we might get better stuff. There's gold. Ah, huge amethyst for 8 grand. It's not just amethyst, it's huge amethyst. Oh, this one's only regular. So the huge one was actually the odd one out. I thought that was just what the amethyst was going to be called in this game. Huge. Found a big cavern we just fell into. Okay, we need a few of those. New battery. And we found part of the Tyrannosaurus. Maybe we get to build the whole thing and it helps us dig. If not, can somebody make a game about a Tyrannosaurus digging a hole? There's an amethyst down there. There's another chest. Emote, go wild. I'm not really an emote type of player. This was a big cavern. Where did we fall into? Right here. Straight back to work. We're at 140 meters. Found another amethyst. Found another gold. Our backpack currently is worth nearly 10 grand thanks to the huge amethyst we found. I probably should be buying lots of backpack upgrades because I want to use lots of warp stones rather than pulling myself up on the rope each and every time. I don't got time for that. Gonna keep going down, finding more gold. There's another, chest basically below us, another dinosaur part. But we need to explore this place first. We'd probably bust down into this cavern if we kept going in the same direction, but I'm not gonna wait. Climb boost again. Okay, this time it's the what is this? We reached 200 meters. Did that count? Left foot of a Tyrannosaurus. That's good. He's gonna need that if we're gonna go mining. Although I guess we can fast travel now, can't I? So 200 meters is here. We didn't get the first ones because I didn't know what they were. There's like an ancient Aztec tunnel beneath this city. Of course there is. They have really bright, never-ending fires. I'm not allowed to dig any of this fun-looking stuff. Is there going to be a trap here that kills me? We'll find out. Mine are blue. The only thing I'm taking away from this tunnel is that it's annoyingly long. Although once I get here, look at all this. Worker level 1 has increased. What does my worker do? Do I need to buy a worker? I don't get how that works. Worker level has increased ×1 and chimpanzee green. It's a really shiny floor considering it's been sealed off for 10 million years. We'll take the fast travel back to the top. Sell our fortune, 10 grand. We get an achievement for collecting 10,000 or more. So with that, we are going to be careful how we spend our money. Bigger backpack. Bigger pickaxe. I've also recharged a battery of which we have 16. Now we need to see something about the worker level here. Okay, they're making $6 per minute. Oh, okay, so I guess this is just like an automated thing. Okay, great. Keep up the good work, idiots. Oh, and here's where our Tyrannosaurus is going. It's basically complete. And I guess these are the different things we found. There's the basic ores, copper, silver, gold, and the gems. And on this side, I have no idea. Well, we'll go back out here. Maybe we're going to start right here. Back to the dig. We'll do a few scans to make sure we're not missing anything obvious, but then we can move super quick. Found an amber so far. Hopefully we start to find more and more valuable stuff, like the giant things. Ooh, emerald, $400 for a single one. That's worth over 50% more than the amethyst. If we can find a giant emerald, then we'd be getting somewhere. Found a chest of money, $1,000. That's not gonna hurt. One more amethyst. Looking at the thing on the right, we're about 230 meters down. That's almost a quarter of the way if my estimation is correct. So I'm assuming this whole thing is 1,000 meters. That sounds like a lot of meters, but we can mine a lot of meters. There's some kind of pocket below us. That's why all that stuff's showing up on our scan. Is this a giant? Nope. I got excited. It looked bigger than it was. Amber. Was there something stuck in the roof? Where did we drop down? Right about here? We're going to keep digging here just to be sure we find this spot again. Climb boost. Again, I think that just increases my speed. That's a Tyrannosaurus left hand bone. We found $10,000 in a pile of gold. Another battery won't hurt one little bit. I think there's actually batteries all over this cavern. It's actually pretty hard to find out like where our hole was. I can't even see the up hole, but I'm pretty sure this was us. There's another emerald. If we're finding emeralds, we're going to make real good money. And we're going to be back into this material. Hopefully that means new stuff again. We are below 250 meters. Oh, I found a huge emerald. $10,000. Whatever the next one is, I hope we find a huge one of those too. There's something way below us. We just scanned for it. Was I seeing that? Oh, there is something here. What was that? Was that something big? It's hard to tell in the ground. I still got lots of space in my inventory, so we're just gonna keep going down. Although I did just do a few digs around to see what we're missing out on, and sometimes you pop like 6 things out of the ground. I might need a bigger pickaxe though before we're really able to chew out a bigger area. This one's good. Backpack's full already suddenly. Alright, back we go. 20 grand for the backpack full, half of which is the huge emerald, but the other stuff's getting valuable. $31,000, so we can afford a better wire rope at least. Better pickaxe. Better backpack. The pickaxe is at 3.75. It's level 9 already. I don't know if we need a better wire rope, but we will take a bigger battery times 2. Now they have 450 energy and there's 17 of them. What have you made me in the past couple minutes? $360 or 36? It wasn't a lot, so we're going to need to level these guys up a lot. And then to find a way back down there, we got to go back to the 200 meter and find our hole again and get right back to work. But we have a bigger pickaxe now. Plus I can hold 50 things in my inventory. I'm glad we don't have to drop all the way down from the top. It would take us so long. Was this our hole? I feel like I dropped into a different hole. But that's fine. 270 meters. Yeah, we definitely must have dropped into a different hole. But with our bigger pickaxe, we can move even quicker. We can go straight down. We need to find where the diamonds are. There's something over there. That's probably a 300 meter cavern. So maybe we'll go down as deep as 300 and then move around. While collecting emeralds and amethysts along the way. Even in their non-huge form, they are really going to make us money. Yeah, I think I found the next cavern. I just got a whole bunch of achievements. I've dug a total of 1,000 cubes. I've obtained sapphire for the first time. Oh, we did. $500. I need to find a huge sapphire. This is a new type of ground. We got to go that way. Ooh, red sapphire. That's probably a ruby. $800 for one of those. I won't say no to that. Amethyst as well. Emeralds. Lots of gems here. There might be a fast travel here as well. As long as we're finding sapphires, we're going to be getting non-stop upgrades. There doesn't appear to be a fast travel. There is a never-ending torch, which is interesting, and a shirtless miner costume. There's another $10,000 in gold. Pretty sure that's just ore that was left over. At 300 meters, let's just keep going down, hopefully finding more huge things. Ruby, amethyst, sapphires, all of the gems. This ground might be harder to dig again. Like, even with the upgraded pickaxe, I feel like we're not going through it quite as quick. Our backpack is already worth 13 grand, and we only have 37 out of 50 items in there. Can the giant gems come out to play? I would like a few more of those, please. Is this one giant? Oh, that is giant. It just didn't look like it, but it literally came out once I called for, oh, my backpack is full. That's really inconvenient. That's so big. That's okay. I know how to get back to this. Probably. It's down there somewhere. 18,350. We probably want to go with a bigger backpack. The dynamite is upgradable for 50 grand, so eventually it might be worthwhile. For now, I'm not going to bother with battery because we got so much energy anyway. Wire rope we don't really use, so we'll buy that once we get really expensive. Really rich, rather. We got to go back up to warp zone number 1 and drop 10 million miles down here. Did I drop into the wrong hole again? Nope, this one seems to be taking us down. There we go. Perfect. Right back to our giant one. 10 grand for that. Did the materials change? I'm going crazy. I've been staring at the ground for too long. 330 meters. I think we're 1/3 of the way down. I keep forgetting to use the radar. But generally we wander into a cavern when there is one to be found anyway. I just want to see a giant ruby. That's really what I'm here for at this point. Or whatever's after ruby in that giant form. Or whatever's after that in that giant form. Basically, I'm just really greedy. Here's the next cavern. Ooh, can I have a fast travel out of this one? That would be much less time consuming for me. Wow, this one's going to be a nightmare to navigate. We'll try and work our way down. There's another climb booster. There's 10 grand. There's another warp stone. We'll definitely take all of those we can get. And more batteries. Even though we really don't need more. More dynamite, and what's a new? Worker has increased. I have no idea where we dropped into this cavern, so I'm just going to start digging from right here because I think we can find a way back to this point. There's also a Tyrannosaurus part below us and nothing left in the cavern. It's so hard to tell how far away it is. I really actually thought it was close, but now it might be down at the 400 meter mark, which still is closer than you might think. Oh, we just got a huge sapphire that was 12 grand. Sometimes it's hard to tell because I drop right on top of them and they can look really big, but that's only because they're close. New cavern. There's, yeah, can we just pull that out? Tyrannosaurus left femur. There might be a fast travel there. 400 meters down, but they might get farther apart the deeper we go. $10,000, spare battery. Is that a Tyrannosaurus part above us? How did we miss one up here? Now we gotta do upwards mining to try and make up for that. I can't not get a complete Tyrannosaurus. My backpack is also getting full. Is that a huge one? Nope, that was regular. Oh, I managed to get the Tyrannosaurus bone from here though. Luckily we got some real big reach. I do still need to see like what's in this chest over here though. I've collected over $100,000 in total now. We have $80,000 in the bank. We're gonna get a bigger pickaxe, a bigger backpack again. Ooh, I got a gold pickaxe now. That is gonna make our mining much bigger again. Oh, didn't see that. I want to go through the dirt. That one actually got me. We're gonna price some of that open. Can we throw a bomb in there? Is that quicker? Where did that even go? Probably all leads to the same thing, but I'm not going to be defeated by a hole right now. It's funny because it is a game about digging, but I'm trying to really avoid digging when I go through these tunnels. I think we found his tail. That's the most important part of a Tyrannosaurus. Can we acquire this now? Why are you not getting inside me? Might have to expose that a little bit. There's also a chest in there, I'm pretty sure. If that was a worker thing, I'm not sure what that was. I got the caudal vertebrae. Some part of a Tyrannosaurus. The areas are starting to look more and more interesting as we go. Now we'll drop down the scary hole. Right onto a chest. Worker level has increased. Dynamite. This is a nice big area. And I actually say that annoyingly because I don't think I can upgrade my guy's movement speed. We are slow as a sloth. It looks like there is actually a way out of here, or at least a tunnel that goes somewhere as well. Staircase probably leads us back to where we were, at least up to that height. I don't know if I love the look of this. We gotta dig through all of this to get somewhere. Luckily this guy can swing his pickaxe alarmingly fast. Then again, I don't know why I'm digging through all this. I think I'm just trying to make my way back to where I was. So we're going to use one of our many teleport stones, go back to the surface, sell for 12 grand, upgrade our battery for some reason, mostly because 10 grand really isn't that expensive anymore. We could drop right back down to here and then just start going deeper again. I don't need to explore that tunnel. Don't think there's anything up there. I'm going to stop looking so that I don't have to care. We're going down. I see the next chest down there. That looks like it's still a ways down there though. Finding lots of rubies and sapphires here. And that shows because we're already making tens of thousands of dollars. There's a huge sapphire again. Oh, okay. Here's the cavern I think we're looking for. That's potentially the next one as well. I like to leave that mark so we know where the next one is. There's a crate full of gold, a warp stone. So glad I'm finding as many of those as I am. Those are saving us lots of time. Another huge sapphire. That's 12 grand. You know what? I think we could probably break out a little bit and take a look around. Could have sworn I saw a chest somewhere. But apparently not. Alright, back down we go. We'll head for 500 meters. And that won't take us long. We're making this rock look like paper mache. Another huge sapphire. I think we got 3 of those on board. There's a huge emerald. Starting to see a lot of stuff below. I think there's going to be a pretty big cavern around 500 meters. There sure seems to be. We got to make a little mark before we go into the cotton candy. Wait, what was that? Was that something new? Nope, just a sapphire. This is like a swimming pool. Someone's abandoned underground swimming pool. Lots of dynamite. I'm not really going to throw those around until we upgrade them. That way we have a nice stockpile. Worker level has increased. I was hoping for another fast travel. I feel like it might be hard to find our way back to this particular area. Without any further options, down we go. We've got almost 2,000 meters dug out. What is that? Looks furry. Uranium. Oh, and there's a diamond for 1,000. So diamonds are 1,000, uraniums are 2,000. Our income just went up. We just got to find huge ones of those. This stuff digs so neatly in a nice pattern. I've been informed that my backpack is full. I guess that means we're going to the surface. We'll find our way back to one way or another. 80 grand for all that. Think I want a bigger backpack? Probably a better golden pickaxe. I guess normally you wouldn't have so many batteries because you're supposed to be playing with like 7 other people. I'm doing this solo. We're all going to buy better wire rope. times 2 because those are relatively cheap. That'll just help me float around down there in the mines like a butterfly. Golden X, we're going to upgrade again, 4.5 to 4.75. And what have you idiots gotten for me? They're actually finding some gold now. Is that $641? It sure was. I would suspect there's probably also Easter eggs or something if I was to like rappel up onto the balconies. But I got no time for that nonsense. Okay, we're going to start here at 400 meters and have to wander back down to over 500 meters. It's hard to even just find the hole again. We found it right back into the snowy whatever layer full of uranium and diamonds. Right back to work. That's a diamond. That's a sapphire. The upgraded pickaxe is making a difference though. I felt like we're a little bit slow to mine through this stuff. We're taking pretty big bites again. Definitely might have been imagining the newer materials being harder to mine through, but it's actually really hard to tell. Turns out at 550 meters there's a cavern. That was $1,000. What am I going to do with $1,000? Everything I mine is worth more than that now. This layer really just reminds me of like swirl, cinnamon swirl ice cream or whatever it is. Looks delicious. The ice cream layer, it really is paying out. Lots of diamonds. Oh, there's a huge diamond, 20,000. I don't think I caught me mining it on recording because I was just clicking away. If we could just start finding more of those though, 20,000 each, we could make millions. Fell into another cavern, 600 meters. It's very cubic down here. Well, there's the right femur for the dinosaur. Gather up the rest of the warp stones. And there's a climb boost. What is our climb speed? Oh, it's much quicker now. It's funny how big this cavern is. We got a really strong flashlight also. Shirtless miner blue and another battery. We're trying to line ourselves up roughly with the hole and straight back to work. I was really hoping for a fast travel, but we're at 600 meters. For a uranium. It does seem to be too that the deeper we go, the less of the weaker stuff we're finding now. Like, I don't think we even find gold anymore. And we're way beyond that anyway. Uranium is $2,000 each. So that's really the only thing I want now. There's another huge diamond for 20,000. More uranium for 2,000. Backpack is full. We quickly drop down to 640 meters. I got 20 warp teleporter things. Okay, there's 90,000. Our income is staying pretty steady, but we do have over 100 grand. So we're going to get a bigger backpack times 2. I need to be able to hold more of the crap. We'll also get a bigger wire rope, just so I can pull myself up quicker. The dinosaur is getting very complete. Hopefully I get a big reward for that. We're in uranium, so it looks like we're going to find some more things here. We got a gold pickaxe. I'm not really sure what that signifies. This one does look just like the layers we mined through, because we're currently in the caramel swirl layer. We'll find one more here. And then I'm not really sure what these translate to still. Oh, these are homes. Those might be achievements. We don't care for those. $600 up here at the surface. And okay, we got a fast travel back down there. The hardest part is finding the hole. This should basically drop us down to where we were with just a little movement. There's definitely a thing where the faster you fall, you continually accelerate. I don't know if terminal velocity exists in this game. And I'm okay with that because we can drop straight down to where we were. They definitely incorporated some of those nice quality of life features in this one. The biggest one being a light, so you can actually see, and so can the viewers. Lots of uranium showing up. Haven't found a giant one yet. I found 3 or 4 giant diamonds, only 0 large uraniums. 666 meters down, we're definitely starting to stack up the diamonds. I'm going to go past the sapphires at this point. Rubies I will take because they're close to the value of a diamond. Uraniums are what we want. Gotta scan and look every once in a while. There's something down there. Another furry uranium. Our backpack can hold 80 pieces as well too. That means every load, pretty much no matter what we get, is going to be valuable. Ooh, I see a dinosaur foot. I think we're getting close to that cavern too. Should break into it any moment because it's going to be at about 700 meters. Got an achievement for that. There might also be a fast travel here, which would be great. Can I have the big hand now? Hello? Give me that. We're going through this. This one looks less like ice cream, so we're going to enjoy it less. Some of these are really hard to grab. It's not letting me get this. And the other ones I didn't have to expose, like at all. Oh, there we go. Just had to jump the right way. There's my fast travel. So let's go up straight away. Get rid of all this. Not that it was particularly hard to go back down, but we still got 50 grand for all this. Traveling up and down does eat up some time. Golden pickaxe going up. So we're going from 4.75 to 5.25. Ooh, diamond pickaxe. This thing should be able to move some dirt. 700 meters. This is taking us upwards. We don't want to go up, we want to go down. There's so much walking. They added all the nice quality of life features, but didn't give us sprint. I have questions about what I'm looking at. There's a gold chimpanzee costume. There's also this guy who wants to throw a golden brick at us. There's a chimp call emote. I'm not going to take it seriously and just go ahead and take all the treasure we have here. Worker level has increased. That's good. They'll be making us some money up at the top, no matter what we're doing. Worker level has increased again. We got one more battery. There's a weird little... I don't know what's down there. The flashlight also doesn't really work in this area. Is there anything in here? What's the point of this area? Probably to waste time for people like myself. My fast travel thing is there. We'll go to right here and down we go. What is that? Diamond. It looks strange. There's a huge uranium. Did you see it? That was 30 grand for a big furry uranium. This rock might be a little bit harder to dig through again because I'm trying to dig straight down and I keep sort of catching myself on edges. Oh, we got adamantine. Adamantite. It was 4 grand. Yeah, this stuff's harder to mine again. We can't just dig ourselves straight down. We got to dig a little bit around. Battery's getting low, so we'll have to rely on the next 33. $4,000 per adamantite is definitely good earnings. It is annoyingly slow digging here though. We only 730 meters. Probably getting close to the next thing. There's a starfish below. Think we're breaking through to the next little area. That should be where the starfish resides. Yeah, we're into a new type of rock now. We'll drop straight down. Grab the whatever this is. Tyrannosaurus, whatever that was. $10,000. I like it once those hit $10,000, which was a lot of money at the time. They just never increased. So we still find $10,000 in them. Pretty sure I didn't open this. They might have auto-opened. No, there's someone else in the game and I haven't noticed this whole time. So I think we dropped down right there and that's why we can see a piece of thing glowing. So we'll just keep going down here because I think we mined out this entire pocket. Coming up at 800 meters, I just want a bigger pickaxe. Backpack is actually almost full again. We really should just push down for 800 meters. I accidentally picked up an adamantite, which is kind of like a red furry thing. It's not uranium, it's red. You know what? I don't want to leave this much uranium behind. We got to go back up. We're not that far from a fast travel anyway. 162,000. Pickaxe, pickaxe, pickaxe. We're up to uranium pickaxe, up to ×6. I've got 33 batteries. We don't need an increase there. Even dropping back down this stuff, we tend to get stuck. Well, we're actually really close to where we're going to bounce into. We're back to the furry zone. The several times upgraded pickaxe is much better. Now we don't need to dig around. We can just go straight down again, even in this tough material. One more uranium, $2,000. We're dropping into another chasm. More batteries we don't need. And worker level has increased. I'm just so glad they're up there working so hard for me. We'll continue on our mining journey, 800 meters moving down. If we can manage to fill our entire backpack with uraniums or better, we can get 160,000 for that. We get 320 if we manage to do with adamantite, which eventually we might, because as we get deeper, other stuff is getting rarer. I'm not going to bother with diamonds anymore, unless I happen to mine straight into them, and then yes, we will pick them up. That is a big furry adamantite. I'm really glad we upgraded the pickaxe. This is so much quicker again. 850 meters... I was hoping to be something here, or change of scenery. Doesn't look like it though, so we'll just keep going straight to the bottom. Oh wait, we got a cavern. Wow, we almost fell into the deeper hole. More warp stones we don't need. Worker level increase, we always need that. Worker level increased again. Yeah, it's funny because by the time you're down here, you're making so much money from mining that I don't think worker levels matter like at all. That's interesting. We found the Millennium Falcon. Really trying to get just that one dynamite, and now we get the furry adamantite. What's in there? I did not expect to find this under the ground. It actually makes more sense than the ancient like Aztec ruins. But after that, I didn't think this would be even deeper down. Okay, worker level has increased. I've mined 3,000 cubic meters at this point too. And that's of some of the hard to mine stuff. If it was all as easy as the beginner dirt, we would be way deeper. I just wanted to keep going maybe here to continue down our straight path. Not sure if that's going to matter ultimately. Coming up at 900 meters, which is actually where that thing was. We got an achievement for 900 meters. Oh, look how tough the dirt is again. I gotta like dig several spots to get myself lower. We're into lava dirt. Haven't found any giant ores in a while. Maybe they don't exist in these. The battery just reset. Yeah, this is taking a lot longer to go through. Luckily, I've got too much time on my hands, so we're just gonna keep on going. Finding lots of uranium and adamantite here. This is new. What is this one? Orichalcum? Oreo. We found Oreo. I think that said that was worth 10,000, so that's worth as much as like a giant sapphire. So if we find a giant Oreo, we'll be really rich. Backpack is full. Back to the surface. It's gonna take a minute to get all the way back down there. There's 188,000. The Oreos were 10,000 each. I need a bigger pickaxe though. 6.25, now 6.5 will become a 6.75 adamantium pickaxe. That looks good. Now we just gotta drop all the way back down. I'm hoping with this new pickaxe though, yeah, that's better. We can go straight down in the line again. No more extra digging. And it should be uranium or better from this point forward. There's a massive adamantine that was 40,000 adamantite. I keep reading that wrong at the end. And there's another Oreo. We passed 950 meters. We'll hopefully find lots of the big stuff. All this way, we only found 13 items so far. They're all very valuable, like that's worth 80 grand. I'm glad I didn't upgrade my backpack though, because clearly the ore is going to be harder to find. 970 meters. Another Oreo, just a regular size one. A massive Oreo should be worth 100 grand, because I think they're 10 times values. I accidentally threw a TNT down, so we'll just let that blow up in my face for a sec. I do want to do a scan. I haven't done one in a while. I get so determined just to get down. We're only 10 meters away from 1,000 meters. Pretty sure that's where the dinosaur whatever is. Looks like wings. There it is. The bottom. We've broken through. And give me that. Tyrannosaurus cervical vertebrae. Okay, down at the bottom, it's a big square. We got more pieces. Warp stones, which is good. We're 1,000 meters down. Ooh, we have a fast travel. So let's go to the top real quick. We are going to sell what we got for 128,000. We made money so quick. Still can't afford a new pickaxe. Back down to the 1,000 meter fast travel. We got to go this way. Good, good. There's a battery. There's something behind this stuff, which is just more of the lava rock, which isn't too bad. Which I think isn't too bad. It's still a little bit annoying, but we'll get through it together. There's a box of 100 grand apparently, so the boxes do get bigger. We've collected $1 million officially. There's boxes and stuff over there. It better be worth my time. I just found a massive adamantite that was 40 grand. Passed all the level block. Worker level has increased. Okay, that's interesting. Climb boost. Even more batteries. If we're already at the bottom, why do we need more batteries? This is some kind of control room or something way here at the bottom. Worker level has increased. Okay, well, this looks like an ominous button. That's my miner design, by the way. It's the first time we got to see him. Wouldn't that be so fun if it just filled the hole back in and made you start again? So I zoomed out. We're now following our way up. Yes, I understand the journey we made. I was there. We had to dig through 1,000 meters of the ground. I think that was at 900 meters. I can see the ore I left behind because I started getting lazy. I guess we're mostly just seeing our tunnel on the way up. I did not excavate a whole lot of that because I was mostly just laser focused downwards. It is a game for up to 8 people, so I figured I would have to be efficient with my digging. And for once, I sort of was, except for that spot. Back to the surface, where the Tyrannosaurus will hopefully come to life and murder everyone. Okay, we got some bombers dropping over. Okay, the bombers are actually dropping bombs on us. I guess the big red button was calling in the attack. Resetting the terrain will remove all holes you've dug and objects you've created. We've created something? Letting you start over from the beginning. Your equipment, well, yeah, fine, whatever. So what was the new thing up top? What do you want? Here's $106,000. The game is suddenly very stuttery and I'm not sure why. These guys are starting to make some money. $4,000 per minute actually is pretty good. I feel like I found all the ore. Don't think we necessarily got all the achievements, but that thing seems complete. How powerful is a pickaxe now? Oh, it's hugely powerful now on the surface. Look how fast we can go down. We're already into the first cavern. Going deeper again, 25 meters down just like that, which would have saved us a lot of time the first time around. Like I've gone down nearly 100 meters and it's only taken us a couple seconds. And there's 220 meters. I'm not really sure what I'm doing at this point. The upgrades are all really expensive. I can't get a better pickaxe, $200,000 and we're maxed. Oh, that pickaxe looks like it means business. And it should make an even bigger hole. Yep, it sure does. I'm gonna let my auto clicker do some work for a minute and we'll push our way down deep. So, now what? Big red button. Second clear bonus, spray merchant. Thinking that last hole we made 300 grand. I guess we can make dynamite bigger. 50, 100, 300 grand. It's now level 4. I'm still not really convinced it's going to be all that big. It does roll very far. Okay, that's getting pretty big. I didn't think it would actually get much bigger. But that's considerable. This is pretty top tier ground, like weak ground. Didn't mean to put that one there. They only cost $10,000 each, so we can load up on a few of those. They're a little buggy how they fly out at me. Like, I don't know what happened with that one. But if I say here, I could probably just let a whole bunch go, and we'll see what happens with all that. Another 20 down the hole. Maybe they can't make it that far anyway. Start a few here. This would be faster if we could just spam these the whole time. Because we're actually getting... Well, we're still only 33 meters down, actually. It feels deeper than it is. Maybe if they were 10 times as big and we had like 1 million of them. We only got 50 meters with those, so I guess we'll consider this one cooked.